Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another fantastic boot review. Today I've got one of my favorite boots, the second place for my favorites in 2021. Let's hop into it. So if you've already seen my video on my top 5 boots of 2021, you will know that I am talking about the X Speedflow Plus. I do really enjoy the X Speedflow 0.1, but the Plus is just on a different level for me. It is a fantastic fitting pair of football boots, and it is a pair of football boots that I have decided to buy another pair of, actually 2 more pairs of, one that I'll be reviewing later. This one is another FG variation. It is another black pair with a little bit of a different accent. So let's hop straight into the unboxing of this. So with the Plus variants of the Adidas lineup, both in the Copa, the Preds, and obviously the X's, you get this awesome box. This one comes with the X sort of embossed in the box. You've got the X logo on the side there. This is a size 9 US. These retail for $275. You've got that X logo there, and it's one of the drawer boxes. So we'll open it up straight for you guys. Right there. Wow. Okay. So right away, these are the black, red, white, and blue, very USA themed, if you will. Sort of the black to white ombre on the sole plate, and the upper is all black. It's a little bit translucent, so it doesn't come across as jet black, but it is very, very dark. And then of course you've got the white, blue, and red accents in the upper for the 3 stripes. So let's get these out of the box really fast. I'll put those there. The string bag is nothing crazy. It is just an Adidas X string bag. Very simple, very cool. I do like these string bags a lot just because they are super simple and they let the boots breathe. So let's get these under. I'll put that there for you guys. Okay, so the X Speedflow Plus, this is an awesome fitting pair of football boots. It is a vacuum fit. It's got a 3D molded heel, external heel counter, Carbotex insert for the sole plate, which makes for an insane amount of snapback, and it's a really responsive sole plate. It's one that I find to be probably the best on the market. The only other sole plate that I can think of, at least in my experience, that has been that good is something like what the Elite series of Nike used to be with that carbon fiber sole plate. So these are fantastic, as you can see from a lot of the drop down shots. So it's got the blue heel liner, which is really cool. It's this beautiful royal blue. The Adidas logo says it all right there. So it's the white, almost like a tricolore, which I realize is the Italian word, but these almost look like an American flag or a French flag. Got this beautiful, beautiful section right here with the 3 stripes. You got the blue accent on the bottom, the red accent on the top of these stripes, and then of course the white flowing through the middle. And then you've got that awesome little ombre black to white transition in the sole plate. These studs are orange. I don't know why they're not red. They are orange. Maybe that's just a fading thing, but those definitely look orange on camera. Like they are not the same red as what's in here and on the insert, which is the very traditional Speedflow insert. So there's what the insert looks like. It's bright red. It's got the X Speedflow Plus logo on it. It's just a really thin layer of foam with the suede on the bottom. Provides for a decent lockdown. It's nothing special. I think if they were to incorporate something like the micro texturing on the Puma interior in the insole, or they were to do something like the micro grip, I think it's called, from the Mizuno brand, that I think would be super special and that would be awesome. So Adidas, take some notes. This is the Speed Frame outsole. It's got a fantastic upper that's got a like laser etched interior. So you've got this basically like a speed cage on the inside that really holds your foot in, or does the best it can, obviously without the lacing system. This tends to be a boot that fits most foot types. I can actually squeeze in them with adequate break-in period, so I would recommend, if you want to wear these and you are a wide-footed player, definitely give yourself at least 5 to 7 like proper training hours. I know that feels like a lot, but if you're wider footed, I promise these can fit you as they do me. It just is going to take a little bit of break-in time. With the FG variation, we currently train on turf, so that is something with the team that I'm on right now. We currently train on turf. This is a bit aggressive, although I do find that this sole plate is definitely not as bad. And by bad, literally I just mean unsafe maybe, as something like a Vapor, because the Vapor is 100% those chevron studs that are like this, and this one has mostly bladed studs with a few chevron studs in that forefoot area. In fact, there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so four chevron studs, which makes it pretty straightforward. And I actually find playing with the FG variation is totally fine. Spoiler alert, the next pair that are coming of these that I will put a review out on is the laceless variation with the AG sole plate. So because we do train indoors on a turf, in a turf facility, it's really important to me to take care of my body and my feet, of course. So that's why I will be mostly wearing those AG variation, which I think will give me a little bit more stability, a little bit more turning power when moving in this type of boot, especially a boot that's so tightly locked into my foot and so thin. So that's something that I want to think about as well. So the interior that I mentioned before, that agility cage, that's actually the official name for it. So the agility cage runs along the inside. I hope you can see, hopefully the light comes through. There we go, a little bit. So the agility cage actually runs along the inside of this prime knit textile upper. So it's mostly prime knit from here all the way up, and it really does give you this one-to-one sensation on feet. There you go, there's that agility frame that you can kind of see as well. So it is a fantastic combination of a good amount of lockdown with a fantastic fit that's super moldable. The one thing that I would recommend as well is make sure you go true to size on these in order to achieve the best possible chance of it fitting correctly. Especially with a laceless boot, you want to make sure that those boots fit you really well right out of the box, especially because it is such a unique fit and feel. With a lacing system, you can have a little bit of leeway to pull those laces tight. With a boot like this, you don't. So make sure you get the right size lengthwise, and then you can decide, okay, does it fit widthwise or not? These boots, as you can see here, tend to be a decent amount of width in the forefoot. It's nothing crazy. It's really not that much. It's very standard, in my opinion. As it comes into the midfoot, yes, it does have a little bit of thinness to it, but because of the way that this upper works, it can stretch a little bit, and it has for me. You know, my feet are really wide along this part of the boot right there, and that has stretched in the edition that I have reviewed already and did the 1 month review. And that's why I bought this pair as well, because I love these so much. I think this colorway looks super cool. For me, I wish they had gone with either a blue or a red sole plate instead of the white. I don't think the white and the black looks very good. So I would rate this as like, if this was an all black sole plate, this would be like a 9 out of 10 colorway for me. But for this, with the white sole plate, I think it's more like a 7 out of 10, which is actually pretty high considering how good this boot looks just in general. I think that's a really good rating. I love the red, white, and blue accents. I think that's fantastic. I think it's a really cool homage to, say, a country flag, or it's a really great color combination. Red and white and blue go really well together, and that's not just me being an American saying that. I think they're a really cool combo, and especially with this bold blue and the bold red and the white, it really sticks out, and I think it's a very tasteful addition to this upper. So that is sort of an overview of the X Speedflow Plus. As far as any other details that you might want to know, you can always check out the review that I did, the other review that I did, and of course there's a third one coming as well to tell you some little bit difference in the AG variation, which can also be helpful as well. But overall, I think these boots are really fantastic. I think this is a great addition to anybody's boot collection. I think it's an incredibly unique fit, and overall this scores really highly. I think for me, this boot lands right around the 8.5 or 9 range. This is one of the coolest and most unique boots that I've ever had on my feet that actually fit really well. And I think that's where, for me, it's really important to get boots that fit well and perform well. I wore my other ones, because I haven't broken these in yet, I wore my other ones at training the other day and they fit fantastic. I felt like I didn't ever have to worry about my boots. Sometimes, you know, you wear boots and you're like, oh man, I'm slipping a little bit or whatever. Not the case with these. The heel does move a little bit, but that's why I wear grip socks. So I think I was wearing True socks that training session. Most of the time I wear pure grip socks, and sometimes I have to test out other socks that get sent to me for product reviews and stuff like that, or feedback, I guess, if you will. So again, fantastic fitting pair of shoes. Would recommend if you have thin feet or medium size, like very average feet, I think these will fit you no problem. They'll be one of the best boots you'll ever try on. I truly believe that. If you have a wider fit, just make sure that you get the right size and then play with it a little bit. These might not be for you, and that's okay, but as a wide-footed player myself, especially in that midfoot area, I fit in these really well after several hours of break-in time. Always remember that. There's a huge asterisk, always with break-in time. So that's something to consider as well. Let's hop into the on-feet portion of the video, and then I will go into more of a play test or a small training session at the end of this video and show you guys kind of what they look like on feet on a specific pitch. All right, let's go. All right, fam, so I've got with me in my living room the X Speedflow Pluses. I'm very excited to have these on feet. Obviously, I know what they feel like. You guys who have tried know what they feel like, and if you've seen my previous videos plus the 1 month review, you guys know all about how these fit and feel on feet. So let's not waste any time. I have a pair of True socks on right now. They are the medium cushion version. These are the 2.0 or 3.0, whatever the newest version is. I've been wearing these, and I've also been wearing the pure grip socks, which have been sort of my go-to over the last several months. Those are much less expensive than the True socks, but the True socks are also a great pair of grip socks if you can find them for under their like $45 retail price. So let's slip these on. Again, this is a two-handed type situation, and bam, they slide right on with a white sock. I think they look pretty sweet. I will say, again, we'll slide right into those. So big picture, this is what they look like. I'm wearing all black, obviously, with the white socks, so that's what they look like all together. And then on the up-close camera, of course, they look really nice. They have a super snug fit and feel to them. They're a very thin pair of football boots, but they do wrap your foot really nicely. I love the way that all of the material here form fits to your foot. Really makes for a nice one-to-one sensation. Right now, they are definitely a bit snug for my feet just because they haven't been broken in yet. And as you can see, the toe really does come up and sort of force you to sit on your toes. So it really does these boots really do want you to be up on your toes and in that sort of athletic position, if you will. A little show off the calves there. And with the grip socks, I think they fit great. There's no heel slippage, especially when moving. There might be a little bit if I'm turning, so if I'm really trying to turn away, maybe my heel slips a little bit out of that backside right here, but overall, I don't think it's a big deal, and especially with a pair of grip socks on, it should be just fine. Now, as far as how these fit and feel for wide-footed players, I'm already feeling these break in a little bit. A little tip and trick that I've actually got from a subscriber was this is sort of weird, but run the dishwasher as you would with dishes and whatever. As soon as it finishes, open it up really quickly, pop your pair of boots in, and it'll act like a steamer, and then shut it, and then you just let the boots sit in there, the brand new boots sit in there, in the steam. And what it does is it really allows the boots to sort of get sorted with your foot shape, and it allows the material to soften up a little bit. And what that will do for you is it really will make it easier to break in the boots. Oftentimes in the pro clubs, what they'll do is they'll have a boot steamer. It's literally a machine that they put like a rack of shoes in. It steams the boots for those players who want that, and then they're able to break in the boots super easily, or when they wear them for the first time, it doesn't feel like they're crushing their feet every single time. So that's a really cool thing. As far as sizing is concerned, again, I would go normal, true to size. I would go definitely a size 9 US for me. Even though I am a wider footed player, I would not jeopardize the length of this boot because it is a laceless boot. That is something that I always recommend for laceless boots, is go true to size, because you want to make sure you get the right length first. And that means that your heel will fit really well into that heel cup, and then of course your toes won't have a ton of extra wiggle room where you can slip and slide inside of a boot that you can't customize the fit of. Because again, as they break in, they'll stretch a little bit, and you want them to stretch in the right ways, not in a way that will make it completely not worth wearing the boots anymore. So that's something to consider as well. I love the Carbotex insert on this sole plate. I think, again, it's one of the best sole plates on the market. It's super well rounded. It's really aggressive feeling. It feels super nice to have on feet. And as far as like passing, shooting, and crossing with these boots, I will commentate on that a little bit in the later part of the video, which we'll hop into very, very soon. The last piece I will say is aesthetically, I think these look beautiful on feet. I think, as you guys can see from this little up close shot, they look spectacular, especially in this black with the white and the red, white, and blue accents on them. The X Speedflow Plus is a fantastic silo. It looks really nice, and most of the colorways I think that they've put out so far have been really, really top class. So with that all being said, let's hop into the on-field portion, where I tell you guys how these feel to play with, how they feel on feet as you're passing the ball, how you're doing a little more driven balls, shooting, crossing. Do you get any grip on the upper? I'll answer all those questions in the next part of the video. Let's hop into it. All right, fam, welcome to the outdoor turf pitch near the facility. The facility is actually right behind the camera. I've got this beautiful pair. As you guys know, I wanted to get these out on pitch. So this is actually being filmed a few days after I filmed the first two parts of this video, simply because I didn't come out here because there was snow on the ground. But now, as you can see, I'm in a massive jacket. It is quite cold, but the field is clear, so excellent for us. I'm going to try these FG variations on this AG pitch and see how they fit and feel. Obviously, I've been training with basically the same pair on an AG pitch, so I know what they feel like, but I wanted to give you guys a good indication of how they were to go on feet. And depending on when this boot review comes out, you will also get a chance to see the AG variation of these, which are a fabulous pair of boots as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that video. I can't tell you right now whether it'll come out before or after. I'm just deciding, again, my schedule for the next month or so while we're on preseason trips and stuff. But right away, with these Speedflow Pluses, you really notice how awesome the fit is. If you've got kind of maybe not the widest feet, but you've got sort of mid-range feet and thin feet, these will fit you no problem. I don't think there should be any hot spots. And then of course, if you have wider feet like me, just be careful to get the right size. And if you have super, super wide feet, these might not be the right boots for you. So just be aware of that. These are they will stretch and they will feel really nice for most foot types. But if you have super wide feet or really awkward shaped feet, these might not be the right size for you. Size 9 US is my size, and these run perfectly true to size. I really enjoy how these fit and feel on feet. They've got such a responsive sole plate to them, so really bouncy, it feels like you can really run and accelerate with these, which is awesome. Please excuse the wind. I apologize if it's super windy right now. We'll try to cover the microphone. But yeah, it is just super nice wearing these on feet. I love the way they fit. I love the way that they look as well. This black with the kind of red, white, and blue accents looks really nice. And of course, the touch on this is so barefoot-like. It's sort of awkward to get used to, especially since I've been used to, I actually wore Tiempos in a game yesterday for preseason. And so the touch is very different just because they're so barefoot. It takes me back to playing out at our family place over kind of near where Seattle is. We have a family place with a lot of open grass area, and playing out there is just like, we always used to play barefoot, and this really does feel that way, especially when you break them in. They really give your feet kind of the room. Obviously they're tight on your feet, but they give you that room to sort of grip the ground and really get going. And obviously touching the ball feels totally barefoot because the upper is so incredibly thin. Somehow they've managed to sort of marry thinness and barefoot feel with that touch and that really nice structure to the upper. So I love the way these fit and feel, and obviously they look fantastic on feet. The white sole plate, as I mentioned before, maybe not my favorite. I wish they would have gone all black with it, or maybe like a chrome finish. That would be kind of cool, like a chrome red or a chrome blue. That would have looked super sick. But you know what, it is what it is. These are cool looking boots, and they're a great addition to the collection and playing rotation for sure. So that is, hope you guys enjoy some of this juggling as well. Been doing lots of that in training, and it's just, oh, I love it. Could be doing this all day. So these feel great. Again, as a boot, this is my second favorite boot that I own right now, tied probably with the Phantom Venoms, but of course the Phantom Venoms are an old boot. They don't exist really anymore. You can't really buy them. You can buy them brand new, obviously, from resellers, but Nike doesn't make them anymore. So I would say, as far as new boots go, these are still number 2, just right behind the Tiempos. I tend to like the leather feel just a little bit more, just because it feels really natural, really nice on feet. But I will say these are quite spectacular and definitely aggressive, as a speed boot should be. So again, remember, true to size, make sure you have the right foot shape for it before committing to breaking these in, because again, they are very particular as far as how they fit and feel. And if you want to purchase a pair, definitely do. Let me know down in the comments how you go with them if you do enjoy these boots. If you do like boot reviews, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, guys, be awesome, take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.